We are well into the technological revolution, and electronic devices are now part of our everyday lives. So you might think that in places where young people congregate, like institutes of higher learning, the use of these devices and its offspring, social media, are a welcome addition to the academic environment. You might think that, but for some professors, it's still up for debate.
As an instructor, I think it's part of my responsibility to make sure students are encouraged to involve in the class and pay attention to the knowledge they're supposed to learn. And I told my students laptop and cell phones are not allowed in my class.
I haven't asked students not to bring them into the lecture hall, but I asked them not to use their phones at all during lectures, and if they're using a laptop, just to use it for taking notes.
The classroom is seen for students as a virtual world, as an artificial world where you get into the room and then you get out. So my goal is to make more connection between their real world and the classroom, and by allowing them to go and to use social media, to use their computer, the laptops. I'm not saying that, hey, this is so different. This is basically something that is not the opposite of your real life. And I think that's a very important thing.
Although technology certainly can enhance the learning experience, there is some concern that it could actually impair learning.
My primary concern about it is the use of social media in the classroom is a distraction, and it's a disbenefit, if you will, for the students, as well as a distraction for others around them. But it's part of the way the world is moving, so I'm still trying to find the right balance, frankly.
For Assistant Professor Luc Otterbrand, technology is a requirement for his class.
I set up a Facebook group that I use in order to send info about very important topics that are not covered in the textbooks, that are not necessarily covered in class, but that might be interesting for them. So I created that group, and I asked every student to join the group, and I told them that it will be at the exam. They had to read that.
I think social media is a great invention. It helps us to connect with each other. I just feel it's not a big help to be used inside the classroom setting. But outside the class, for instance, at Faculty of Management, they have GDC competition, they have MIMC competition, and I know those students form the group on the Facebook, they keep each other updated, they discuss questions. So I think that is great use of the social media. I think social media is just a tool. It helps us to get each other connected, and we can learn from each other as long as we're using an appropriate way. So I think outside the classroom setting, I'm a big supporter of social media.